Welcome back, my gravel-grinding ghosts of the forgotten highway, my moss-chewing misfits of midnight miles, my sticker-collecting soldiers of the sideways life. Quick update, I finally added new merch designs. They're not all skulls, some are colorful. And yeah, I used AI. Sometimes it nailed it. Sometimes it got one stupid word wrong and refused to listen like a toddler with a wrench. But honestly, that chaos feels on brand. So if you want to support the road, grab some gear, grab the book, or join membership and get that little loyalty badge flex. Links below. Go look, laugh, buy something if it speaks to your feral little heart. I hope your road is a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. And remember, if you're gonna suffer, at least look cool doing it. Buy some merch. Peace. And now here's a new video poking fun at getting older.
On the Hobo Road, I roll alone. Stars above and
Yeah, so welcome back, my corrupted code poets, my glitching gypsies of gravel paths, my beloved legacy hardware still somehow booting in a world that prefers upgrades. Hobo Yeti here, still running on fumes, still patching holes with duct tape and denial, still whispering from a thicket that smells like wet leaves and broken warranties. Let's not sugarcoat it. Turning 55 while homeless is like waking up to discover someone installed malware on your body overnight. You didn't click agree. You didn't download the app. But it's there, running in the background, chewing up resources. You try to uninstall, but the option is grayed out, so you live with the glitches. Every sunrise is another bug report. Every stumble is a patch gone wrong. Every laugh you wring from the absurdity is the closest thing to an upgrade. Here are the terms and conditions of survival, installed without consent, unskippable, unavoidable. 1. Terms and conditions, the contract you never agreed to, but malware installed anyway. Your body at 55 comes bundled with the kind of fine print that would make a lawyer weep. Suddenly your joints come with ads. Your digestion auto-subscribes you to misery, and your hips refuse to load properly without buffering. Malware sneaks in disguised as wisdom. Spam floods the inbox of your day in the form of unsolicited advice. You didn't sign up for this operating system, but here it is, mandatory and buggy. You tap decline, but the button doesn't work. You reboot, hoping things run smoother, but all you get is the same clunky dashboard of aches and regrets. Welcome to version 55.1, where the updates are mandatory and the warranty expired decades ago. You keep clicking next because there is no other button. 2. Force quit, when the system just freezes. There are moments when the brain just stops processing. Mid-sentence, mid-step, mid-thought, suddenly the screen goes gray. You're staring at nothing, cursor blinking, waiting for some divine task manager to respond. People call it zoning out. You know it as a hard crash. The only option is a forced reboot, and even that takes longer than it used to. And inside this failure is the eternal Easter egg of Control-Alt-Delete. Can't control squat. Alternate plans always fail. Delete what life does to your savings, your teeth, and your stamina. It's all there, coded into your flesh. No programmer's patch will fix it. All you can do is laugh at the absurdity of running on an OS designed for obsolescence, pretending it still qualifies as compatible. 3. Cache overload. Cookies you can't clear and wouldn't want to. Your body hoards aches like a browser hoards cookies. Every limp, every strain, every scar, it all stacks up in the cache. You try to clear it, but the system refuses file in use. And unlike a laptop, these cookies aren't just spyware. Some of them are the only sweetness left. A bag of actual cookies keeps you going through cold nights, fueling both memory and metabolism. You don't want to clear those. You just want to clear the endless tracking data, regrets, mistakes, flashbacks. The mental junk files take up more space than your joints can handle. Cache overload is the price of survival. Old grief clogging the RAM, leaving little room for new joy. You carry it all, knowing the hard drive was never built for expansion. 4. Patch notes. Every birthday update just makes it worse. Once upon a time, birthdays came with features. More freedom, better stamina, a sense of possibility. Past 55, each update reads like a horror patch log. Version 56.0, knees now emit creaking noises. Version 57.0, shoulder mobility reduced by 30%. Version 58.1, random dizziness added without warning. The bug list grows, but the fixes never arrive. No one claps for this birthday release, you just sigh and install anyway because the installer won't let you skip. The cruel irony is that the changelog always ends with improved stability. It doesn't. It never does. But still you get up, still you run the new version because the only alternative is to shut down. The update installs itself whether you approve or not, and survival means pretending you're ready for the features. 5. Battery drain. Running at 3% before breakfast. You open your eyes and realize you've already lost the day's charge. No dreamless rest, no miraculous reboot, just the red warning light of exhaustion flickering before you've even sat up. At a stealth camp, that means you drag yourself out with maybe 3% battery life, already rationing energy before the first task. Do you plug in your phone at the library to trickle back a little juice? Do you haul yourself to the corner store for water and bread, burning precious percentages just to get there? Every errand, groceries, charging, checking a message, bleeds your power like an app chewing data in the background. There's no charger for your bones. You run anyway, dim screen, low brightness, praying you'll last until dusk. Low power mode isn't optional, it's default. 6. Blue screen of dirt. Crashes in real time. Every once in a while, your system throws a fatal error. It's not a graceful shutdown, it's a full collapse into the dirt. 1 second you're upright, the next you're face down in the leaves, staring at Earth's blue screen. The forest becomes your desktop wallpaper, mud, ants, and resignation. Press any key to continue, except the only keys you have left are your ribs, and they're not responding. You roll over, rebooting with grunts and curses. There's no tech support line, no diagnostic tool, just the raw stubbornness to get vertical again. The crash is humiliating, sure, but it's also proof you are still running, even if only briefly. The reboot is never instant, but you rise anyway carrying the error log in your muscles like corrupted files that won't delete. 7. Throttling. Government Office Edition. Slow-mo survival. You think you're still fast until you enter a government office. The moment you step in, time itself throttles. No matter how early you arrive, you'll wait hours in a bureaucratic slow-motion ballet. The clerk moves at 1 frame per second. Every form loads like dial-up internet, and your name somehow drops off the list. You become the human equivalent of a buffering wheel. The system is capped at minimum speed, and no setting changes it. By the time you leave, half a day is gone, and your energy meter is flashing red. Throttling isn't just about your body, it's about every institution designed to grind you down. And you, poor user, are stuck refreshing the same frozen screen, praying the progress bar hits 1% before the lights flicker out. 8. Error 404, dignity not found. There's a certain humiliation that comes baked into homelessness, a kind of daily page not found when people look past you like you don't exist. You ask for help, and the system spits out a 404 error. Dignity was once part of the program, but the file's corrupted. You try to reload with jokes, with pride, with silence, but the error persists. Some days you laugh at the glitch, other days it crushes your chest. Error 404 isn't a bug, it's a feature society installed long before you logged in, and yet here you are, still loading, still speaking, still insisting you exist, even if the page never renders properly. You scroll past yourself in other people's eyes, but you remain stubbornly online, refusing to be archived as lost content. 9. Incognito mode. Stealth camping as browser privacy. Stealth camping is survival's incognito mode. You vanish into a patch of woods, erasing your footprints, masking your noise. The goal is invisibility. Leave no trace, leave no trail. Like a browser hiding its history, you slip between shadows, hoping no one hits view source. The cover is flimsy, the code clunky, but it's enough. You become a ghost in the margins of the city, hidden in plain sight. Of course, incognito mode isn't true privacy, someone always knows. A ranger, a coyote, a nosy passerby. But for a night, you are untracked, unindexed. A private tab in the wilderness, open until dawn, forces you to close it. Then you clear your tracks, shut down the window, and hope no one cached the memory of your temporary invisibility. 10. Loading the morning that never boots up. Every morning feels like a system stuck on the loading screen. You roll over, joints grinding, mind fogged, staring at the trees like they're progress bars that never reach 100%. You wait, and nothing happens. No cheerful startup sound, no surge of energy, just the slow realization that you'll have to start moving whether the system's ready or not. Breakfast is skipped, stretches are minimal, but still you press enter and drag yourself upright. The morning never boots properly, but you fake it anyway, pretending the OS is functional. Survival is hitting continue anyway on every warning screen. The day lurches forward on half-loaded software, and you walk out under gray skies, a user forced to beta test another build that should never have left development. 11. Autosave failed. Life doesn't back up. There's no autosave here, no backups waiting in the cloud. Every mistake is permanent, every loss unrecoverable. Drop a pack in the river, it's gone. Misplace a scrap of cash, it won't regenerate. Forget to eat, your body reminds you instantly. The system offers no recovery mode, no restore point. The irony is cruel. Video games save your progress more reliably than life does. Out here, the only way to save is to keep moving, to carry forward what little you have. If you crash, you start over. If you fall behind, no checkpoint restores you. Each day is permadeath on hard mode, and you play anyway. You press forward without a backup, carrying memories as the only save file you'll ever get, fragile and corrupted as they are. 12. Unskippable ad, explaining yourself before the story plays. Conversations come with pre-roll ads you can't skip. Meet someone new, admit you're homeless, and suddenly you're trapped in an explanatory monologue. You don't just say, I live in a tent. You have to explain the why, the how, the backstory, like you're pitching a tragic indie film. You want to get to the point, but no. First comes the unskippable ad of your failures. People nod politely, waiting for the real content, but by then you're exhausted. Unlike YouTube, there's no skip in 5 seconds option. You pay in minutes, in dignity, in breath. By the time the ad ends, you've lost interest in telling the story at all. The video never plays because you've burned all your bandwidth convincing someone to stick around through the trailer. 13. End user agreement. No uninstall, no refunds. Life doesn't let you uninstall. There's no, are you sure you want to delete this app? Screen, you're stuck running the program until the hardware gives out. No refund, no warranty, no free trial, just the long grind of patching bugs with duct tape and willpower. Some days you laugh at the absurd terms, other days you rage at them, but the EULA stands. You signed nothing, agreed to nothing, yet here you are, bound by invisible ink. The only freedom you get is in how you interpret the clauses, in the little rebellions, the small jokes, the stubborn act of living without consent to the system's demands. You click, I agree, not out of choice, but because the cursor won't move until you do. So there it is, the fine print of being 55 and homeless, rewritten in bad code and worse design. The glitches aren't optional, the crashes aren't avoidable, and the updates never improve performance. You run on fumes, on spite, on humor scraped from the wreckage. Every day is a corrupted file, and yet you keep hitting open anyway. Maybe there's no uninstall, maybe there's no refund, but there's still the absurd, hilarious act of pressing forward, and in that act you claim a kind of freedom the developers never intended. I hope your road is a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. And remember, the spinning wheel of death is your morning routine. Peace.